Thank you, choir. Beautiful, beautiful man. Let us pray. O God, light of the minds that know you, life of the souls that love you, and strength of the thoughts that seek you, bless the words of my lips and the meditations of all our hearts. Breathe your life into us that we may live in the manner you have appointed unto us and better love and serve you and one another. Amen. I love that story. It's one of my favorites in the gospel. So I'm going to start with a different kind of story. Some of you may know the Reverend Thomas Bandy. And he tells about a meeting, a group that his wife Lynn, who was also a pastor, she was facilitating. And to begin this meeting, they had a customary sharing time. So each person answered the question, how did you experience God this summer? So several people in the room told how they experienced God in nature. At the cottage, in the woods, on the lake, they saw a sunset, heard a loon cry, or felt a beautiful warm summer breeze. And as they listened, participants thought of their own experience with God and nodded and, getting into it, they would say, yes, God is here. Yes. And several people in the room told how they experienced God that summer in Chile. And since most of the people in the meeting were over 55, they really meant their grandchildren. They reflected perhaps on an innocent smile, a childlike laughter, or that spontaneity of youth that's so wonderful. And as they listened, some of the participants were reflecting and yes, God is here. God is here. A few people in the room told how they experienced God in music. They attended a concert perhaps, or they purchased a new CD, heard Tchaikovsky as they'd never heard Tchaikovsky before. And as they listened, the participants in the room were saying, yes, God is here. Finally, it came the turn of a woman who was a newcomer to the group. Layperson. She's about 35 years old. She looked very uncomfortable. So she said hesitantly, one morning this summer, I awakened with this incredible compulsion to see my ex-husband. Normally, I'm not very spontaneous. In fact, I don't really like my ex-husband. We haven't spoken in over a year, but I was filled with such compulsion to see him that I literally could not resist him. So I gathered up my children, dressed hurriedly, and drove to his house. And we found him collapsed on the floor with a massive heart attack. So we called 911 and saved his life. Well, we had him what they did up to that point. And now, with this story, they were a bit stunned. And they were sort of sitting uncomfortably in their chairs. That was not what the group was expecting about here. And finally, I'd say after a very long, pregnant pause, somebody sort of whispered tensely, "Holy smokes." So this experience was a little different than seeing a sunset or an innocent child or listening to a grand piece of music. But this particular experience reeked of a direct revelation of God. You see, a woman feels compulsion to see her ex-husband, a compulsion that is too strong to ignore. And she and the children go to his home and find him in the midst of a heart attack, and they save his life. How else would you explain it? Holy smokes, God is here. Have you ever had what you felt in your hearts what that experience of God is? So I think they happen far more often than what we admit, or what we want to admit. And imagine if you were in Palestine at that time, say a little over 2,000 years ago. You hear about this man called Jesus, who's teaching and healing in the region, all around the Sea of Galilee. And you decide you want to hear him yourself. Is he really a man sent by God? You don't know. You only hear his reputation and you want to find out for yourself. So perhaps you're a farmer, or a fisherman, or a shopkeeper. It would be no big deal if you closed down the shop or left the boat or the farm for the day and went to hear him teach. It might be an inspiring way to spend some time. But the meeting lasts longer than you expected. Jesus obviously doesn't realize it's written in stone that worship services should be over in about an hour, usually before noon. He keeps teaching and healing people long into the afternoon, and people are sitting there with their mouths open in awe and his wisdom, his acts of healing. It is a wonderful event. It's all he had hoped for and even more. However, your stomach is starting to growl. You had come expecting the event would last an hour or so. You hadn't even thought to pack lunch. Not a brilliant move, I have to say. And you wonder, is there a village nearby where I can grab a sandwich? And then you begin to notice you're not by yourself. There are at least 5,000 people hungry. And you're not the only one who's failed to bring lunch. And even if there were a dozen fast food shops on the road going into town, they would have difficulty feeding that many tired and hungry souls. So you think to yourself, what a frustrating end to a beautiful day. And then you notice the teacher Jesus talking to one of his associates. You step a little closer so you can hear, and the teacher says, where shall we buy bread for all these people? Good question, right? At least he's aware of the situation. A little good will do. However, about all they can do under these circumstances is to pronounce the benediction and tell everybody to go home. But one of his associates, I think his name was Philip, and he can see how hopeless this situation is. And he says, it would take more than a half a year's wages to buy enough bread to feed all these people. Just even so they have a bite. You look around, guy, you say to yourself, well, we're not in a supermarket. We're on top of a mountain. How are you going to get food up here even if you had funds to buy it? Be realistic, man. Say a benediction, let's get out of here. But then another of the associates, Andrew was his name, he speaks up. And you see him nudging this small boy to the front of the crowd where the teacher could see him. And here he is, a little boy, with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. Now Andrew, he's probably trying to make the boy feel good, eh? That was like what Andrew was like, I think. Children are important to this teacher. Give the boy some attention, give him some praise. Besides, it's good that he came prepared. You wish you had done the same. But deep in your heart, you're praying, let's wrap things up and get out of here. I'm starving. But the teacher's not ready to go home yet. And he says, have the people sit down. Oh no, you think to yourself, he's going to keep us longer. My blood sugar is starting to drop. And I'm going to think that he doesn't get out of here. But everyone everyone starts sitting down. And the teacher does something unbelievable. Unbelievable doesn't even begin to describe what we're witnessing. The teacher takes these 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. He says a prayer over them. And then he starts handing around to the people. Now, is he crazy? 5,000 people are here. 5 little tiny barley loaves. Who's he kidding? And then he does the same thing with the fish. You want to say, hey, pass me that, I'll take care of all of it. But something miraculous is happening. Something that cannot be explained. The more bread that is eaten, the more bread there seems to be. The same thing is happening with the fish. 5 barley loaves and 2 small fish, and thousands of people are fed. That's impossible. That's impossible as you reach to take your share. It's impossible. Fish and bread don't multiply. What's happening here? Then the thought grabs you. Holy smoke. Holy smokes. God is here. This is holy ground. I am standing in the presence of God. And it's a day that will stay with you as long as you live. When everyone has eaten their fill, they gather up what is left over. And as the teacher instructs, they fill 12 baskets with the pieces of 5 barley loaves which are not needed. And you and at least 5,000 other people sit there in stunned silence. And then someone whispers, holy smoke. Surely this is the prophet who has come into the world. Someone else murmurs, this is the long-awaited king. And you begin to sense that the crowd is sort of turning into a mob. Not a mob bent on destruction, but a mob intent on making Jesus their king. And you're one of them. But then you look around and the teacher's gone. Just when you were going to volunteer to help lead the instruction, he's gone. And for a moment you pause and think to yourself a little more solemnly, God was here. I have experienced the presence of God. And you know, that's the impact that Jesus had on people. They came to see a simple carpenter who built cabinets and kitchen tables, and instead they found themselves in the presence of the one who created the universe. Make no mistake about it. Jesus was more than a wise teacher. We've always had wise teachers. Every faith has laid claim to wise teachers. And we should listen to them. The Lord knows we need all the wisdom we can gather. But Jesus was more than a great teacher. He was more than a great physician. We prize people who can heal our bodies. We call them doctor. And we give them proper deference. But he was more than a physician. He was a man to whom even the forces of nature were subservient. Not only could he give sight to the blind, hearing to the deaf, without the benefit of MRIs and X-rays, but he could still the storm, walk on water, cause ordinary bread to multiply, and even raise the dead. What can you say in the presence of someone like this? But holy smokes, God is here. Have you ever experienced God? Over the past 20 years of ministry, I have been so blessed to hear these stories that people share with me about how they experience God. Because people experience God still today. And the question I leave you is this: can 5,000 hungry people be fed with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish? You tell me. All I can do is pass on the report of people who were there. They saw it happen with their own eyes. They tasted it on their lips. And they wanted to make him king. So I hope you look into the eyes of Jesus today and say something like, "Holy smokes, God is here." Thanks be to God. Let us pray. Gracious and generous God, let us never take for granted the beauties, the wonders, and the abundance of this world. Let us never look with jaundiced eyes at a sunrise or a sunset without feeling that they are truly holy happenings. Let us always be filled with pleasure at seeing the roses amongst the thorns, the plentiful growth of the garden vegetables, the little striped chipmunks darting from place to place, the robins looking for food for the new little ones waiting to be fed. And let us always look to the sky to see the beauty of the clouds and feel the warm rays of the sun. You have given us such a beautiful and bountiful world of God. Help us to always marvel at it, to enjoy it, and to give thanks for its great abundance. Amen. Closing hymn 560 in Voices United. O Master, let me walk with thee.